30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzie K Ward coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Jazzie after dark.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We're having some problems there with the sound. Happy Monday and welcome to Jazzie After Dark Artist Talk. I see people coming in the room. What's up, my brother Anthony Faulkner? And if you don't know Anthony Faulkner, recording artist, shame on you. Hey Stephanie, Dr. G is in the house. Also, Chef D, what's up, Mark? If everyone would please share the video. Don't forget to go over to K Ward Radio, which is my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. kwardradio.com is my website. Make sure you subscribe to that as well. And as we say on the show, shame on you if you don't do that. Well, I'm so excited tonight to speak with our special guest, national recording artist, L.A. Young. I just love her, and I know you're going to love her too. Are you ready to start Artist Talk? Let's go ahead and start the show right now.
Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie K Ward.
To the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the show, Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzie K Ward. Happy Monday to you. Happy President's Day. Happy Mardi Gras and all that jazz. Hey, Mary Hinton. Hey, my friend, Ron Letford. I hope you guys, did you have a great weekend? I had a great weekend. I think I need an extra day. How about you guys? I just think I need one extra day. Don't forget to share the video. Make sure you put in the comments section where you're watching from so we can know where you're watching from. Again, share the video. What's up, Mark? Thank you so much. Again, we're broadcasting live pretty much everywhere. K Ward Radio, Soul TV, the Roku Network. We're on Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff, all that jazz, right? Well, tonight is the night. I have been anticipating this conversation for quite some time. from the beautiful Miss L.A. Young. So I'm just tell you a little snippet about L.A. Hey, Kenneth, if you don't know L.A. Young, again, as we say, shame on you, right? So she grew up in the midst of a musical revolution, right, in the 1980s in Ohio, with a musical household as the youngest child surrounded by six siblings. She was heavily influenced by Motown and pop. LA has been described as Shaka Khan meets Phyllis Hyman, and Phyllis, however, is LA's alter ego. And that's why she has that it factor. And I'm so excited to be able to be up close and personal, to have this very in-depth conversation with her about her music, her career, her gift that she shares to the world for so many years. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome the beautiful national recording artist, Miss L.A. Young.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, my beautiful friend. How are you?
Hello. I am wonderful, my friend. How are you?
I'm well. Well, you know, you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
You do.
I
You do. You look amazing. As
I do
always.
what I can. I do what I can. You know.
I know it
Do
doesn't
it.
take much. I know it doesn't take
Oh,
much.
no, you saw me yesterday, so I already know you know.
I, I understand. I understand, my friend. But welcome to Artist Talk. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to have a conversation with me.
Thank you. I appreciate you and everything you do. You do so much for so many artists. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I just have to say, you know what, Ellie? Thank you, like in so many other artists, for giving us beautiful music and just, I think, you know, helping us through our day. Because when you know, music is so universal, right? It's so therapeutic. And we're going to talk about that. And that's what your music does, not only for me, I think for so many other people, mind, body, and soul. We
Yes.
connect with that.
Yes.
And I'm a young man, but I have an old soul. So I always say this. My grandmother and my mom, my grandfather, they always say it's in the eyes. And I can tell, not meeting you face to face, but your
Mhm.
eyes tell such a beautiful story, not only about your gift, but that you're just an amazing person.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Wow, that's I hear that a lot. Um my mother, my my father grew up in the South. So one of the things that I grew up on was the eyes are to the heart of the soul.
Right.
And everybody always says, they talk about my eyes. So that's a beautiful thing for me because I think what you see is what you get.
What you see.
That's it.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
My grandma said always look at the eyes. The eyes tell a story. They
Yes.
they,
Yes.
I don't know if that was
It's
a
the
southern
truth.
thing, you
It's the
know,
truth.
it's the truth. You know what I'm saying,
Yes.
LA?
Yes.
But everyone that's coming in the room, so many people here. Thank you all so much
Oh,
for
wow.
watching.
Hey, everybody. Oh,
And
yes.
if you have a question for our guest, make sure that you you leave it here. I was looking for something. I say there's a draft happened upon my growing friend. And okay. Interview. What a pleasure. Okay. Thank you so much, Gregory. Yeah. But if you have
I
comments,
love
questions,
Gregory. Gregory Young is amazing.
he's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to check Gregory out. Thank you so much for watching, Gregory. If you have questions or comments for our guests, just make sure you leave them in the chat. I promise you, I will do my best to throw those up and answer them. I will put up LA's site where you can go check out her website, music, anything you want to see. We want to help support our guests, and we're going to talk about independent recording art and all that stuff, and why it is important to support these amazing gifted artists. But before we get into the show, Ellie, I do this segment called The Real You.
Yeah.
So it's just, some random questions, some that I come up to just to ask you so our guests can get to know LA just a little bit better. Just a little bit.
Okay.
So my
I'm ready.
first question is, what's your favorite song on repeat right now? You have a favorite song?
Woo! On repeat, Living
Mhm.
All Alone, Phyllis Hyman.
Why? Why that song?
Yeah, I think it's just the whole entity of the song. It's not like I'm living all alone because I'm not, but it's just I love the whole intro. I love her voice. I love Phyllis, but it's just one of those things that I cannot ever get tired of listening to.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't you? I love
Ever.
Phyllis. We're gonna talk about
Whew,
that too. I love that.
whew.
So my second question is, tell me something that you can do now that you couldn't do, say, 5 years ago. Anything you can think of?
Wow, that I could do now that have vocal control. And that's real talk. That's vocal control. Couldn't do it
Right.
5 years ago.
Okay. How do you take care of your instrument? What do you do? Because I know so many people do different things.
Yeah. So I have a vocal teacher.
Mhm.
She lives in Baltimore City, and her name is Skinny Girl.
Okay.
She's been around a long time. She helps me a lot, and just being taking care of myself. We have to do that, especially as we get older. You have to start. Okay, I can't do that chitlin shooter. I have to. I have to do something else. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of stuff that you have to really change about your life, and I really try to work as hard on my vocals as I possibly can because it does not get easier, it gets better.
Better. Right. I
Yes.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So my final question is, I don't ask this question too often, but tell me something that you know for sure. You ever thought about it? Something that LA, I know this for sure.
I know for sure that this year we're going to be nominated for a Grammy.
Eh, did you hear that?
I know that for sure,
Sure. That's right.
especially with the people, we're working with. It's amazing.
It's
It's
amazing.
amazing.
And we're going to talk about it. I mean, LA is, she is top notch. So I'm trying to be professional. So y'all may hear me here like a little ebonic word come out sometimes. So
I'm Ebonic too, trust.
you know. So Kenneth says, do you have to remain silent for a number of hours for your voice?
I do. And I know when that is. A lot of people, as far as vocalists, there's some vocalists, everything is different for every vocalist.
Right.
For me, I usually, sometimes I get chatty, real talk. And I think that's because I'm nervous.
Okay.
A lot of singers, vocalists, entertainers won't really let you know that they're nervous. I will totally let you know when I'm nervous because I'm like, I'm chatty and I'm trying to calm myself. The other thing is, I do have some silence, and that's usually an hour before I'm getting ready to actually go on stage.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Because you see so many
And
artists, some people say they drink warm tea, they la 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 A B C D E F G.
yeah,
They just say,
I
oh,
mean, real talk, I do vocal exercises, but it definitely helps before, like 2 hours before, and then
okay.
you do 30 minutes before. I do that. So
Okay.
that is the la la la. Tea, nah, give me some
No.
tequila. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm just keeping it 100. Tequila is my thing. Just saying.
That's so funny because I have a dear friend. I'm not gonna call her name because she gonna say, why you say my name? But she loves a Heineken, right? I know she's watching. And she said she has a Heineken beer
Right.
and that helps her.
It does. Everybody has their own thing.
Right.
Mine's tequila.
The
Your
tequila.
friend's Heineken. You know.
Yeah, I love that. So we have a question from Mark. He says, Ellie, are you coming back to sing here in the 757 Hampton, Virginia? My friends Alvin Keel's Jazz Legacy event this summer or fall.
Oh my God. Yes. Alvin and Jerry are some of the most amazing humans that anybody could meet. Jazz Legacy is my favorite place, our favorite place to
Mhm.
be. Yes, I hope so. I know we've been missing phone calls with Alvin and Jerry in the last few days, but yes, I will be there for them, thick or thin, whatever. They are amazing. Their show, their production, their talent is
Oh,
crazy. It
wow.
is crazy, and they're just amazing humans that love to do beautiful things for the music industry. That is the most, besides just being great humans, they do. I've been around them. They do the most amazing job ever, and they're just beautiful people. So yes,
Yes.
Please, yes, I hope to be there in June and November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So make sure y'all check out LA, and her website will be here on the screen, so you can go over and check out the website. So thank you, LA, for answering those questions for the real you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So when we're going to the show, well, I'll say we're still in a pandemic, but even through that process,
Mm,
LA, how did you navigate through the pandemic? Was it, I think it impacted all of us,
it
but
did.
how did it impact you during that time?
For me personally, at that time, I needed to honestly take a step back from the industry.
Okay.
I changed management. It was a lot to go through.
Mhm.
Very detrimental mentally, a lot of
Mhm.
things that went on, but I had to take a step back during the pandemic. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I also got to know me better
Right.
as not just a human, but just as a vocalist. And
Right.
I had to get the right people
All right.
around me
Mhm.
because I didn't have the right people before. So having that grew me, and I grew into this person that I really never thought I could
Mhm.
be. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yes.
I really fought myself a lot, but I didn't have to fight it that much.
Okay.
But I had the right people around me, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I learned how to go into a studio and know how you have an engineer, how the engineer works.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not like I've never been in a studio. Let me clarify that. But it was more intimate to find out, having somebody explain it to you, which is, of course, my husband, but he's also my manager. But him explaining all these things to me that I never really, nobody ever took the time to say, this is this and this is
Right.
that. It was just a beautiful thing. Really
Mhm.
was.
And I
Yeah.
think that's so important is it's just having the not only your professional but your personal life to have the right people in your circle and the right people on your team, because as we know, you can have the wrong people, again, as you said, on your team, and things
Woo,
just,
Lord.
I'm sure that's a whole nother show, right, Ella?
That is a whole nother Jerry Springer show. I'm trying to tell you. It was crazy, but I have the blessings now with the most beautiful people around me at this
Oh,
point
that's
that really care about me.
mm,
You know what I mean? And that's the big thing, because you don't know, as an artist, who's being real with you, who's being, facetious.
right.
So,
I like
yeah.
that. And so even some of the comments from Chantel and Claude, they said self-reflection is so healthy. And even
Yes.
Chef D said, putting the pieces of the puzzle together,
Yes.
you know.
That was a puzzle that even shocked me at the end of the puzzle. I mean, you just really don't know, and I'm gonna keep it, I always say this, and I kind of hate when people say, I'm gonna keep it 100. That's the only way I can keep it.
Right.
You really have to watch, as an artist, the people that you even trust,
Right.
because those people that you trust the most,
Yeah.
you saw the hairy eyeball coming up, right? Are the people who really don't have the best intentions out for you. There's something that they want from
Mhm.
you, and I learned that, and it was an experience. It's something I went through, and I got through it through the pandemic. And
Right.
here I am now.
Right. I love that. Here you are now. As Chef
Here I
D
am.
always told me, who is my manager, he always say, check the checker. I don't
Yep,
care how close they are to you, how much they send you. You have to check the checker.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
that is so important. And so even, and I'm switching subjects, to go over to when we talk about music.
Hmm.
So you, I don't really feel like you could put LA in a box because you're R&B, you're jazz. your soul. I think you give us a little rock. You can give us gospel. You can give us a little country. But when you think about music, why should people care about music?
That is an awesome question. You know what? I think that people should care about music because, for one, it makes us who we are, and I think it doesn't matter about being in one box. You don't have to be, and that's one thing about me as a person, which I love, is that I never want to be put. I just had this conversation the other night. And it was crazy that you asked me this, because I think that what makes you happy doesn't matter where it is, where it goes, how it feels. I mean, I listen to bluegrass, you know what I'm saying? Right. As long as that stuff makes you feel a certain way, right, that's all that matters. And how you feel about yourself and how you feel about being out there, whether you're a performer or just a listener, is the most important thing. You're still, doing you. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
I think that's so important. And, especially on your musical journey, and I'm going back to like the beginning. Could you just tell us a little snippet, like, how did your musical journey begin? I know you come from a big family, a musical family, your mom, your dad, your sisters, and your brothers. So how did it all start for LA?
It started for me at 8 and 7 or 8. That's somewhere around there. And my mother worked for Head Start, and she was a Head Start advocate. And the very first time that I even got a little bit of the music flu, not that I didn't listen to it like a lot, but the first time I actually performed in front of people, I was just this little girl, little chubby thing. I know y'all see pictures of me on Facebook, but it's like, and it was an old tape recorder. You hit the 2 buttons and then the music plays through this big microphone. And the very first song that I sang was The Greatest Love of All. And it was for Head Start, the Head Start program, which my mother was affiliated with for a long time. And I sang it at it was called the Spring Fling.
Wow. That
was the very first time I sang. And when I heard, and I'm like, I think I could do this, I think I could be good at this. So it was amazing. It was amazing to me. It really was.
Because I was going to ask you, growing up as a young girl, like, when did you know the music was in you and you were in the music?
Man, I would say at that moment.
At that moment? Okay.
At that moment. But then, I was also an athlete. So I was kind of, basketball and a boombox, as they called it. I was like this, walking down the street playing, dribbling a basketball. And then I had a boombox in one hand. So I think at that moment with the applause, I think that was my, okay, I think I like this. It was just a good feeling. It was a good feeling.
Right. I love that. So, hey, everybody, I am Jazzie K Ward, your host for Jazzie After Dark. We are talking with the incomparable national recording artist, Miss L.A. Young is our special guest tonight. If you have any comments, questions for our guest, please leave them in the comment section. L.A. is going to perform a song. We're going to talk about music, some amazing people L.A. has worked with over her career path. Like, I'm going to have to invite L.A. back for more, because let me tell you, this lady could probably write a book, about her music career, her journey. And I'm just so happy that she's here with us tonight. So what I would like to do is we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. LA is going to perform a song for us. We're going to have Dr. G. She's going to give us a help tip, and we're going to have more up close and personal conversation with Miss LA Young. Stay tuned. You're watching Jazzie After Dark Artist Talk. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, this is saxophonist Phil Walker. Something is in the air tonight, and it's Artist Talk with Jazzie K Ward. Join him every Monday on Facebook Live or YouTube at 7 p.m. Central Time. And if you don't, hashtag shame on you.
Everybody,
Yeah.
we're back. Welcome to Jazzie After Dark Artist Talk. A special guest is recording artist, Miss L.A. Young. And so, L.A., before we get into that, Kenneth has a question. He said, what position did you play basketball?
I was a strong forward, but I also was a center because I am tall. I'm very tall.
You are tall. You're
Yeah.
tall. So I'm so excited. So, L.A., I want to ask you, what are you going to perform? What song are you going to sing?
I'm gonna do the oldie but goodie, Phyllis Hyman
Mhm.
tune, of course,
Okay.
and it's generally everybody's favorite song, I think,
Okay.
from what I've been gathering. So I'm gonna go ahead and swoon a tune.
Okay.
Hopefully, Alvin Kills is watching because he loves the song too as well. The Jazz Legacy Foundation, him and Jerry.
Okay. Here we go, y'all.
All right.
Don't forget to share the video, everyone.
Meet me on the moon soon as you can. In the middle of the sky, for you and I, riding on a cloud, soft as you please, we can sail upon the breeze through the everlasting moment of love. Well, I feel your symphony, so strong and so pure, it echoes all to me. I am so sure that we were meant to be, sharing this love we share. Be on the moon. Oh, please don't be late. You know how I hate to wait. 'Cause you're so great. Flying to my love. That's what I need. So my spirit can be free. To the everlasting moment of love. For life is your symphony, so strong and so pure, it echoes all to me. I am so sure that we were meant to be, sharing this love we share. This is my love, and I'll be yours as long as the sun was risen. Tell me, my love. Oh, here's what you do. We'll skyrocket our love through the heavens. The echoes of yours. We'll sing through our lives forever. Life your symphony, so strong and so pure, it echoes all through me. I am so sure that we're meant to be, sharing this love we help me, my love. I'll be yours too. Middle of the sky. Ooh. Come on and be with me. Oh, oh, oh,
You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Just go ahead and the doors of the church are open and pass the collection plate, y'all. Pass the collection plate, ladies and gentlemen. Miss LA. My God. My God. My God. Hang up this code. Like it, okay. People
That's
say,
my girl,
damn,
though.
you know, you know what? LA, you are just you're amazing. You are.
Thank you.
I don't tell too many people this. Your voice is a vehicle for spirit. It's absolutely a beautiful. Your connection, your gift. I mean, I know you channel Phyllis Hyman. People say Phyllis Hyman is smiling down on you,
Oh my
and
God. That means so much to me.
it's amazing. And I know we're going to talk about LA. She does the Phyllis Hyman experience and what that is all about, ladies and gentlemen. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to Dr. G, Dr. Chantel Graham, and she's going to give us a health tip for the week. And we're going to come back and talk to my girl, Miss LA Young, y'all. So make sure you stay around, and we'll be right back. Here's Mind, Body, and Soul with Dr. G.
Dr. G.
It's time for Health and Wellness Check-In with Dr. Chantel Graham. Tips for the mind, body, and soul.
Dr. Graham, which you got your okay. We passed the collection plate.
Okay, you better. You better. That's a free concert, people. Y'all better listen. If y'all don't tune into this, shame on you. Listen, this is serious.
That's what I'm saying. I can tell people, shame on you if you don't know L.A. Young. Shame on you.
I was like, well, I don't have about to get my little brown liquor. So I said, no, I gotta do a health tip first. Sir.
I think L.A. has her. That's one of them brown liquor songs. You know what I'm saying?
You just sit there and you just shake it.
You know.
Try to make it last a little bit longer. Listen.
Ooh, Dr. G, I was gonna say, well, you know that song, Meet Me on the Moon. I remember
always a favorite.
That was my all-time favorite song. When I first heard that song, I was like, oh my God, that's so deep, but we'll get into that. But Dr. Graham, how are you?
Happy Monday. We starting it off right. We starting it off good.
That's right. What's our health tip? What you gonna share this knowledge and wisdom?
Well, people are still talking about this New Year's resolution and getting healthy. And I keep seeing everybody wants to just talk about these green drinks. And they have to understand what these green drinks are and what they come from. Now, we're not going to talk about this stuff you see and everybody wants you to pay $10, $12 for a green drink. We're going to talk about what makes these things green, and that's chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is a great thing within itself. It's good for the entire body, but it also helps focuses on getting rid of cancer, releasing toxins. It helps lose weight. It helps build your red blood cell count. So we love chlorophyll. Now, don't confuse chlorophyll with spirulina. Spirulina is actually an algae. Chlorophyll is that thing that makes everything turn green. So every fruit and vegetable has chlorophyll in it. But the best one is spinach. Spinach has the highest count of chlorophyll. Now, I know I'm a big vitamin taker, and I tell you, get the liquid kind because it's best. When it comes to chlorophyll, do not waste your money. In order to get good chlorophyll, to get extracted, it is very expensive. So you'll see people have this stuff on the market about take this liquid, it's great. It's probably not, because chlorophyll has to be plant-based. You can't get it from meat. You can, but then it's genetically modified and it doesn't serve its purpose. So get it from those nice green leafy vegetables like your collard greens, like your kale. Now, we ought to see kale on a little plate. It looks decorative, but nobody eats the kale because it's kale. Now I'm gonna give you a little hint. Take that kale or get you some good spinach. I say buy spinach when it's on sale, even if it's the expiration date. Buy it, take it, wash it off, put it in the oven, let it cook down and dry out. Put it in a blender, spin it down, and now you have that all natural green powder. It'll be cheaper than anything you can buy in the market, and it has the most nutrients in it. Now, spinach is one of those vegetables where it's packed a lot of good things in there, but you don't get the benefit of it when you eat it raw. Now, we love spinach salad and we want to eat it raw, but spinach has this thing called oxalic acid. And what that does is it doesn't allow you to absorb the calcium and the iron until it's cooked at high temperatures. So let it bake, spin it down, put it in a little drink, and you got your own little green juice without having to spend a whole lot of money.
Like your smoothies. I love
pretty smoothies. Now, there's a couple other foods that you can get that has great values, but you have to cook it. It's not, I know they say eat raw. Not necessarily true. Grab you some carrots, asparagus, red tomatoes, broccoli. That stuff is better for you when you cook it, unfortunately. So here's your tip. So get your little chlorophyll.
I love that.
And you'll be good to go.
I love that, Dr. G. And tell us about Nia the Germinator. I see her back there, and I have my copy of Nia the Germinator.
She's always around fighting these germs.
I love that book. I tell everybody, please order the book. Order
the book. Send me an email at drgraham@theapplife.info. You get your autographed copy. And I know you guys are going to tell me about, if I buy it on Amazon, I don't have to pay shipping. Well, you know what? Share my shit. How about you buy it from me and support the artist? Okay. Y'all spend my money on Starbucks coffee that once you drink it, it's over. At least with this, it'll be the gift of giving over and over and over again.
That's right.
Grab your copy.
Get your copy today of Nia. And tell people real quick about Nia's, her friends, her brothers, sisters.
You got the 4 brothers, Backy the bacteria, Frank the fungus, Vic the virus, and Prody the protozoa. Germs are always around. We can't get them, but we can neutralize them. And that's what she does.
Right.
There you go.
And as I always ask you, Dr. Graham, I need you to add LA in the OR.
I don't know if I want to share her, but I guess I have to. I'm trying to be selfish, keep it to myself. But I'm gonna share it.
It's all about the love. Again, Dr. Chantel Graham, as I call Dr. G, as always. Thank you so much, my friend. Can you hang around for the rest
Of
of the
course
show?
I will.
Well, we appreciate you. Don't forget, y'all, follow Dr. G also at the applife.info.
Check out my website. Love you guys. See you
All right.
soon.
Thanks, Dr. G.
Okay.
So, hey, everybody, we were going to go back to our special guest, national recording artist, Miss L.A. Young, who just blew us away, right? She just moved. Meet me on the moon. Meet me somewhere, right? Meet me anywhere. And you can sing it like that. So let's go back to L.A. Young, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love Dr. G too. She is something.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
I love her.
I wanted to ask you just, like, did you ever get the chance to meet Phyllis Hyman? Anybody that worked with her?
Have I met her? No.
Okay.
Have I met people? Actually, some of my musicians at one point played with her, and of course Norman Connors.
Right.
And he's one of my producers. So yes, people that have worked with her and have physically been around her, yes. But I wish to the Lord I could have met her. She was such a phenomenal queen to me.
Right.
Growing up, yeah,
Right.
she was amazing.
Question from Nicole. Hey, my bestie. Her voice and her spirit is golden. I didn't have to meet, says she took me there.
Oh, that's Nicole, that's my baby. That's
I
my
know,
big
right?
sis. She's my sissy. I love her so much. And I'm so proud of you, Nicole. I love you so much.
I know.
She's
And
one of the
she's
best supporters ever.
right. So Nicole, bestie, aka the on the beat, does my intro.
Yes,
Of
I
my
love
show.
that.
It's a
I knew
live
that.
one-on-one conversation, 30 minutes of pure entertainment with
I love her.
musicians, writers, and actors, motivations. Okay. But
Nicole is amazing. I love her so much. And she already knows that though.
she knows that. We love her. What's up, my brother? We got Ultimate Entertainment in the house.
Ultimate Entertainment.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Ultimate Entertainment? They're good. I think they're in the DMV. I'm not sure.
Ultimate is in St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis.
Yeah.
I go there too.
You go there too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
So I want to go back. And something I read also about you, LA. Well, for one, what was your connection with Norman Connors? How did you all meet?
So I met Norman through another brother from California. And he introduced us. Norman actually came to my show up here in Baltimore. He was living in Delaware at the time.
Okay.
And Norman came up on the train and he came to show. I think that's I can't remember the name of the place. The Soundry.
Okay.
Before I don't think it's open anymore, but Myron Edwins introduced us. And Norman came to the show, and Norman and I, it was just a connection. It just, I think he looked at me and was like, oh, she's tall, just like Phyllis. And she's got that contralto, thing. And that was an amazing introduction through Myron Edwins.
Right. I've even seen some of your photos. I don't know if my producer can pull it up. I loved even your shows. I guess it's the Phyllis Hyman experience. And I've even seen you with some of the hats similar that Phyllis would wear. I was like, what kind of do you have to go into a different space when you perform maybe her songs? So what's your creative process when you get ready for the Phyllis Hyman experience show that you do?
Yes. Let me just say this. I have a wonderful clothing designer named Lukman Salim that does all of my crowns. They're called crowns. And just we get together, we talk about colors, we talk about how are you feeling, and I do have to get into a zone with that music because one of the things that I always joke about when you're doing Phyllis Hyman music is I joke about when I do Phyllis Hyman, my kids feel it because it's just so deep and it's such a beautiful. it's but powerful, and it's such a, her music touched so many people in so many different ways that yes, I do go into a different zone, whether I'm doing a Phyllis show or I'm just doing a regular LA Young
Yeah. Right.
show or Sade or whatever. Yes.
Right. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And I know that when you think about timeless music and even your voice, to me, you have one of those timeless voices, even in your own music, and not only when you just sing Phyllis Hyman, when you channel your own music. And I always say, if LA Young has that it factor, and everybody doesn't have that it factor, but right. So that's right. She channels her so well, just like she said, just like her. So Gerald says, LA, is there an artist album that inspires you whenever you hear it?
Ooh.
Anybody?
Wow. Artist album. I'm not going to say, I know everybody's expecting me to say Phyllis.
Right.
I'm going to Seal. I'm a huge Seal fan.
I love Seal.
And from his first album, just took me to places that I never thought I would go.
Okay.
Like emotionally, mentally, to think outside of a box.
Okay.
It was Seal.
Okay. And I think my producer said we have a snippet of something. I don't know what it is, but okay, y'all.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Do I need to take a drink after this one?
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
No one has needed more than I do. I need you. Hey. No one has wanted more than I want you. I want you more and more and more. No one has needed more than I do.
Wow.
I need you more. No one has wanted more than I want you.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was so. When can we see? I need to come to one of your shows. Are you still doing? Do you always do the Phyllis Hyman Experience show?
No, I do. And that's one of the things that we're working on right now, which I know you and I have been chatting back and forth. I haven't been on Facebook a lot, not a lot of social media. We have been working with Bobby Lyle, Norman Connors to get out the one CD. We're getting ready. I say CD, showing my age.
That's okay.
Dang it. No, but we're doing this thing with Norman first and Bobby Lyle. And we've been recording in California at Clear Lake Studios. So the next thing from that, we're doing the video. So we actually put some things off, for just people were overseas, they were traveling, they were doing things, and we just had to take a little break and do whatever with the whole Norman Connors thing and Bobby Lyle. And now we're back on track with that. And that's the first thing. And the second thing is I've been working with Daryl Pearson, who is one of the most amazing producer writers. He's my friend first, but he's just amazing. He's worked with everybody who's done anything. I mean, Daryl is prolific. He's an icon. And we've been working with him. And so I have two different kind of projects coming out. I have like this really beautiful jazzy thing coming out with Norman and with Bobby Lyle. Then I have Daryl Pearson that's coming out with this. It's so eclectic. It's bringing back that great old school music that everybody has been missing. I cannot wait until everybody hears this. I can't. It's amazing. But as far as shows, let me just go back to that. I'm the type of artist that the first part of the quarter, I'd rather work on my craft and getting my music out and getting things, whether I want to change them with my show or whatever it is I want to do. I'm a more latter part artist. I like the second and third quarter things to do shows because I want to make sure that my show is not what you saw last year, because that's just, when you get your fans telling you what your next song is, or they know your show. It's, you know, hey,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh. So will that new music and project be out this year?
Yes,
Okay.
they will be. It's I I'm so excited about everything that, even when I text you, I'm like, oh my God, it's just, this stuff is
Right.
just so amazing.
Right.
And, Daryl Pearson is just one of those people that he's that it factor as a
Right.
producer,
Mhm.
and it's very pleasant for us because it's not just me, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's also my husband, he's amazing, which he's always has been to me. And he's getting to do his thing,
Right.
it's wait, I'm telling y'all,
We can't wait. We
I
just
it will be out this year. But one of the things that I learned, just to say one more thing,
Mhm.
um, coming up in the music industry and coming from a musical background,
Mhm.
is, you don't rush music. I see a lot of artists doing that. And it's because they feel like they're on a time constraint because they think that they're going to lose their fans.
Right.
And for me, real talk, your fans are your fans.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's like Seal, bringing him up again. It was 2 or 3 years before he came out with his sophomore album. But when you're a true fan, you're a true fan.
You're a
You
true
know,
friend. Right.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I love that. And people were like, Ultimate says, "Can I order my copies now?" So a lot of people, I'm getting tweets and texts, and they're like, "Where can I get LA's music? Do you have any music that is for sale? Where can we find you on Spotify, wherever music's sold and streamed?"
Well, I'm gonna say this to everybody. Thank you guys for the love. I so appreciate that. We are actually revamping. So, just so everybody's on the same page, I have a new team. Um, my husband being, one of
Mhm.
them, and my manager. We revamped my whole team. So everything that was in the past is what it is. We're starting new, we're starting fresh. We are doing some new things. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm not on Spotify. I mean, I
Okay.
have some old stuff you can probably go on YouTube and find,
Okay.
but for me, that's that's my start. That was my middle. Now I'm going to the big part of my life. I'm going to what needs to be, not what was, if
What
that
was?
makes sense.
I understand. Thank
Yeah.
you. I think that's beautiful. I wanted to go back and mention some accolades too. 2018, you were nominated in 3 categories in Maryland for the
Yes.
Maryland Music Award, Artist of the Year, Best R&B Vocalist, and Best Jazz Vocalist.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice. And also, tell me, President Clinton's second inaugural, you did that for the mayors of Baltimore and governors Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, the marathon. Well, tell us
Yes.
about that.
So a crazy thing happened, and just so I think that most people that know me in Baltimore County, I owned a bar in Baltimore. I don't know if anybody knows that about me, but yeah, I owned a couple bars. And it just one of those things that happened. It was just having that right person there at the right time
Right.
that watched the show, and they were like, "Hey, we need you over here." And we kind of got the gig, that way for the whole marathon and all that, which was an amazing experience. Um, we did that. Now the president thing, we didn't get that gig per se, but we were
Okay.
right there.
Okay.
But one of the things was, let me just put it to you this way. Everybody had, like, for the most part, cleared security except for maybe one band member. And when you get into that, I'm just keeping it 100. But,
Right.
and we had to pass that down. But we did get a lot. I got a lot of stuff from the governor, the mayor, the whole marathons. That's where that came from, was from
Okay.
that. We were right there. But I had
Okay.
one band member that, at that
Okay.
time,
Right.
and I know he's watching right now, and he's like, "Dang it,"
Dang it.
but we did.
Right.
But yeah, we were right there. And I mean, but that just wasn't meant to be, and that
That
was
just went-
okay. I
yeah,
was just honored. I was honored. Yeah.
yeah, I love that. So when I wanted to ask you, too, like, who were some of your musical influences that you grew up listening to, and like, yeah, answer that question. Then I have another question behind it.
Yeah. Big Mama Thornton, Etta
Oh,
James,
you like Coco Taylor too?
Mahalia, Coco Taylor, Mahalia, Coco, Aretha. I mean, your usuals.
Right.
But for me, one of the ones that, one of there was the Five Blind, um, from the South, the Five Blind Brothers was one of the
Mhm.
first groups that my father uh, uh, played for me.
Mhm.
I think I was maybe, I don't know, 8, 9. I just remember listening to these beautiful Southern voices.
Was it the
And
Blind
it,
Man of Alabama?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was just, the Southern old soul, the Johnny Taylors, your
Mhm.
Bobby Blue Bland, BB Kings. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, me and my pops would sit up and listen to, and not just me myself, but even my kids. Like they listen to this stuff. So it was kind of a family thing with the old Southern blues and the beautiful gospel. I told you guys I listened to bluegrass. That was my mother. She is from Nashville.
Right.
So I listened to bluegrass
Okay.
as
Do you have a
well.
favorite blues song?
Ooh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. You know what? I'll tell you, uh it's Bobby Blue Bland, BB King, that they do this shoot, I can't remember the whole name of the thing, but it's a YouTube thing that's like 8 minutes and 55,000 seconds long, because you got Bobby Blue Bland and BB King together doing this, and they're just feeding off of each other. I
Right.
think that is one of the most, like, any artist to me that just wants to like sail by the seat of their pants.
Mhm.
That's the video to watch, because they are feeding off of each other, and neither one of them knows what the other one's doing, but it's such a love for the music and respect for one another, which, let me say that one more again, respect for one another. And
Right.
I'm gonna say that because a lot of this, this industry's gone crazy, and it's just a love that they have for each other too as well, and they respect each other's their
Mhm.
craft.
Right.
That, if anybody can look that up on YouTube, look that up.
Okay.
BB King and Bobby Blue Bland.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, well, LA, if you want to give us a snippet of one of your favorite blues songs, we always welcome that, right?
Oh, see, my favorite blues, but that blues. Well,
Or
blues would
anything
be.
that could be a favorite.
Ah, I don't want nobody always sitting around me and my man. I know, right?
I love.
I'm sorry. I just look. Whoo.
I love that, LA. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love me some Aretha too as well.
I love that. So, I got some little fun facts thing. Do
Okay.
you have a celebrity crush?
Seal.
That's your celebrity.
That's it.
That's it.
Seal. Point blank. Period.
Point blank, please. What's your
Yep.
favorite food? You have a favorite food?
Ooh. Collard greens.
Collard greens. I love that. I love me some collard greens and some mustards and some turnips. Just put them
Yes.
all together.
That whole thing. That's what I do. All that. Just mix it in a big pot.
Right. So if I got in the car with you, LA, we just ride, we hanging out. What we gonna typically listen to?
Oh man, you're gonna get a variety, because I love alternative. I love classic rock. I love soul, R&B, blue. I love it all. And like I said, I just had this conversation the other night. I don't put myself into a category, because I always call myself saddle shoe. And back in the day when I was little, I had the saddle shoes, the black and white shoes. You say, oh yeah, you're black and white, you're black, but it wasn't about the colorism. It was about music for me. And I was so blessed to have great parents and a brother that, and my sisters too as well, that opened up all these different genres of music. So I always call myself Saddle Shoe.
Okay, I love that. LA, let me ask you this. How does it feel to be where you are right now in your life?
Oh my God. It is the best feeling ever for me. And I think not just musically, as far as having some of the best producers, writers, arrangers, all of that. I think it's also having the stability, the love, and the support in my personal
Right.
life.
Mhm.
That means everything. I know a lot of people think that it's, you could be here today, gone tomorrow. You're with this
Mhm.
person, kind of like that high school thing. Do you like me? Circle yes or
Mhm.
no, and whatever. But for me, I needed that support system from somebody that really truly believed in me, that really believed in what I was doing and supported me in that. And I have that now. And
Okay.
that's the most beautiful thing. That's the difference from where I was before pandemic to now.
Right. All right. I love that. My last final question for you. What other dreams does LA have for herself?
I love clothing.
Mm.
I want to, which I have, my
Mhm.
own little clothing designs, um, that I love, that I think that for a tall girl, and curvy, of course, that's going to be very, sufficient for the tall, curvy girl. And also, I love acting. I love being, I love acting.
Right.
That I found out through my husband that,
Mhm.
I could act,
Right.
kind of. But I've been
Well,
acting all my life. I tell people that all the time.
I love that. So maybe we know hey, we need a Phyllis Hyman movie. And I know you are the person I think that will be perfect for that role. So
Oh,
Tyler Perry, anybody that knows Tyler, the OWN Network, Oprah, whoever watching, check out
I would love
LA.
that. Thank you guys for having me. Oh,
Thank you,
thank you.
LA, for coming. And please, would you come back on the show? I have a lot more conversations.
Absolutely.
So my producer looking like, which I know we've
We
gone.
can keep going. We keep going and going. But I want to make sure that you guys are good. But just, yes, let's do it again. I'm totally there for you guys. I love you. And thank you guys so much for all the support and love that you do for everybody, not just me, everybody. Because you do
Everybody.
that. You are amazing.
We
You are
we love
amazing.
you. Anything that I can do in my power to continue to support your music, support your gift, share with the world. You got it, LA Young.
Thank you, Jazzie. I
You're welcome.
appreciate you.
You're welcome. Can you stick around for just a second?
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much.
Sure. You will.
Hey, everybody. Another great conversation with the one and only, the songstress herself, national recording artist, LA Young. Make sure you check her out. Follow. All you have to do is Google my sister. You'll find her. Thank you so much to Dr. G, to Chef D, to everyone on this live. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sharing. If I missed your comment, please don't blame my heart. K Ward Radio is my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like the page. It only takes a second, y'all. Just a second, y'all. KWardRadio.com is my website. Please subscribe and get some important information. If you would like to send me your music, my address is there. You can do that. If you'd like to support the show, all of that information, Cash App, PayPal. No gift is too small. We thank you for all of that. Join me each and every Saturday for a Saturday Jazz Affair, 90.7 FM WVAS, Alabama State University. I'm Jazzie K Ward. Thank you so much for another great show. I look forward to seeing you next Monday, same place, same time. Remember, make sure you take care of yourself. And even though it's hard sometimes, be kind to others. Good night.
I don't want nobody always sitting around mother, my brother, or my sister. Would you believe I better put on some clothes, go out and help them find somebody for themselves if I can? Yes, I will.
Artist talk.